All right, welcome to the Duff Pickem AllStars, Week 16, 2024. The top of here is the Commish and Groady Gloater in the upper right. The middle brothers is Icehouse and Skinnnns and the W. I am the Orange Peanut. We are here to talk about fantasy football. And a wild week that we had last week. A lot of teams going into the playoffs. Congratulations to all of us except Skinnnns for getting into the playoffs. Yeah, that was a rough week. Skinnnns, starting with you, what was the biggest letdown game for you in like the overall what your team had going?
Oh, definitely Skinnnns for the picks versus JV's a Q. That was the worst game that happened.
Now, which team? I mean, though, which like team with the player that you had going let you down the most with that? Like, what were you like most surprised that you put in a guy and you didn't get what you wanted to out of him?
Cup got me. Yeah, Cup 0. He did have 3 targets, so there wasn't a lot happening that game. That was disappointing.
That was a rainy game.
Let me pull up whatever we have here.
We need to become a PPT team, point per target.
I don't remember my misery of this weekend.
Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, and then Amon-Ra St. Brown got me 36, so that's the opposite of what you'd say.
Yeah.
I expected Derrick Henry to roll up a lot of points against the Giants, but the way things were going with Lamar Jackson and 5 passing touchdowns, they didn't quite need him at the goal line. And I know I saw the third stringer in towards the end of the game, so they didn't really need Henry for much of that. So that was a little disappointing.
Yeah, it's Cooper Kupp that's a big letdown. Derrick Henry's a letdown. That makes sense. Sorry about that. Better luck in the other brackets with that. Commish, what about you? Your team was 8th seed, took down the number 1 seed. What was the most surprising game you had a player in that was going?
I'd say surprise. I don't know. I think Mike Evans, 35. That's the highest he's had all season.
Yeah.
And he had been out for a stretch of games. Came back, did all right in the 3 games since he's been back. He had 8, 21, 7. I was not expecting 35, so that was a pleasant surprise. I would say a surprise that a guy I didn't play would be Brian Thomas Jr. for Jacksonville on my bench with 27. Oh,
geez.
Yeah, that's a guy that I would not have expected that out of. But otherwise, yeah, I think, even Baker Mayfield's 34.5 was a bit higher than I would have expected. Although I think he's had 1 game under double digits all season.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's been in he's had 1 game at 9 points, 1 game at 10 points. Otherwise, everything's been pretty much in the 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
So
yeah. That was a landslide victory, though, and it's always, I don't know, go underdog, all the way. I won the trophy 1 year as an 8th seed, taking down the number 1 seed, Icehouse, actually, who had one of the more immaculate years with just a single loss for that. Icehouse, you won as well. Any particular game that had a good player going in and on your side?
Well, the Lions game for me.
Was it?
Yeah, Goff got me like 50-something points or whatever.
Oh, you played Goff. Oh, my God. Yeah, jeez. Yeah. Yeah, that Lions game against Buffalo, that is the Super Bowl we all wanted. That would have been a great Super Bowl to watch. It's a shame it will probably be KC versus Philly, but that's okay. I've got the Super Bowl now, so I'm happy with that. Groady, well, what about you? Your team just pretty much just upsmacked Blavender to extreme levels. What was the game with a player in it that really went off for you?
Well, not really a player, but just the Atlanta defense. They fucking got 2 blocked punts and a safety. And I think the sad part for me is after the game, last night, because both the games, the Bears game and that game, was
And a blocked
so-
extra point.
Oh, and
That
a blocked
was a
extra
blocked
point.
extra, yeah.
But yeah, that's probably the shocking one to me. I just picked them up because they were playing the Raiders, and I knew the Raiders were on their rookie QB, so I thought it would just be good to have it, and obviously it was really good. And then I got lucky, Waddle got 0 for him, and then unfortunately Montgomery got hurt too, which probably helped me. I mean, obviously, even if they do their projected, I still win. But
Yeah.
the Atlanta game was. But the funny thing about that game was the fact that their defense did that well, and it was still a one-score game at the end of the game. It's kind of sad on Atlanta's offense
Yeah.
because all they could do was run the ball. So since the Raiders knew that, they just stacked the box because Kirk Cousins, for some reason, he's not the garbage time king he was in the past, and
No.
it was kind of scary to watch that they couldn't even move the ball offensively. Because if they did, they would have that game would have been like 35-3. So
Yeah.
and then the one game I was kind of shocked about, which obviously went in Joe's favor, was the Tampa Bay game because I picked the Chargers in that game because they have the number one defense as far as not letting up points. So for Tampa Bay to have scored that many points against them, it's kind of shocking too.
Yeah. Another game with an interesting statistic that I learned about was the Pittsburgh Philly game. I didn't get a chance to watch this, but I heard a really cool stat. Last time Pittsburgh, now I can't remember the guy. Hopefully I'll get the guy right. The last time Pittsburgh beat Philadelphia in Philly was when Franklin Delano Roosevelt was president. So it's been a long time since Pittsburgh won in Philly, which is surprising because they're in the same state. You'd think that they would win at some point with that, but that was something I heard. I haven't actually looked it up to confirm that. Yeah, crazy weekend. My wife was at the Browns game to spot Taylor Swift and watch the Browns get trounced by the Chiefs. Game stayed dried. Happy 40th birthday, Mouse. It's awesome that you were able to get to the game and got to watch a whole bunch of stuff. It's unfortunate the Browns were Browns during the game. But maybe some of us picked the Browns. I don't know. Commish, what happened last week in our picks?
Let's see. Eric led the week with 102 points, followed by Kevin with 92, followed by me with 91, followed by Tommy with 88, followed by Boss with 82, followed by Stan with 78, and JV, you bringing up the rear with only 60 points. We all got Pittsburgh wrong. We all got the Rams right. We all would have had Cincy right, but Tommy decided to bet on Tennessee. Boss and I got New Orleans right, while everyone else went with Washington. And then in the same vein, Boss and I were the only two who went with the Giants, and everyone else got Baltimore right. Stan and JV, you two had faith in Carolina, but Dallas was the correct pick.
Damn it.
All of us had Denver except for Stan, who had Indianapolis, which was wrong. Eric and JV had Detroit, while the rest of us had Buffalo. Let's see, and that's pretty much it for duplicates. I will say this, of the 5 underdogs that were correct during the week, Los Angeles, Rams, New Orleans, Dallas, Buffalo, and Tampa Bay, Boss and I were the only 2 that got all 5 underdogs right.
Wow. That's awesome. Holy cow. Yeah, damn it. I can't pick Dallas though. I just can't. I don't want to.
They were
anymore.
playing Carolina, and don't worry, Desmond also had faith in Carolina over Dallas as he put Chuba Hubbard in over Rico Dwaddle. Not that it would have impacted the outcome of his fantasy matchup, but he would have at least gotten closer to 100 points.
Yeah. Now would have lost with dignity. What about on the year? How are we looking there?
On the year, Eric maintains his lead with 1,054 points, followed by me with 1,002, followed by Stan with 959, followed by Tommy with 948, Kevin with 936, Boss with 883, coming up out of the basement and putting you back down there as you are in the bottom with 863.
Yeah, it's terrible. Oh my God, boss. Boss, you wanna lend me some points here? I'm drowning.
I don't think so.
Oh gosh, that's awesome. Well, let's raise our glasses up to our winner of the week here, Groady. way to go. Congratulations on your victory. You're going to talk about the first game, which is going to, I want to make sure I say it right because the Thomas Edison Lightning Bolts versus the Mile High Club Horsies. The Broncos with that. Chargers at Denver. What do you know about this game, Groady?
Oh yeah, so it's their second meet of the year. First meet the Chargers won. Justin Herbert is 4-4 against the Broncos in his career. The Broncos actually right now in the last 3 seasons are 3-2. So obviously, if the Chargers win this one, they'll be 3-3. But one very interesting point about this game is both of these defenses are tied for points against. They both are averaging 17.6 points against each other. And they're actually pretty close as well as points for. The Chargers being at 21 and the Broncos being at 24 with a slight edge of 3 more points. But recently, Bo Nix has been looking a little bit more rookie-ish. Turning the ball over, not playing so well. Don't really have, despite the fact that he's rushing, really don't have a rushing attack outside of Bo Nix. Versus obviously at one point the Chargers were the number one rushing attack. And obviously the other reason why I was kind of shocked with the way that game went was because the Chargers have done so well with Laddie Conkey in, and he was back for that game against Tampa Bay. So for them to have lost the way they did, kind of shocking to me. Right now, against the spread on a rest disadvantage, the Chargers are 4-0. So for a Thursday night game, which is a rest disadvantage for both teams, the Chargers are 4-0, where the Broncos are 3-1. Or no, 3-1. So I don't know. I like the Chargers in this game. I think as far as being at home, they're 4-3 at home. So I think they got a good chance to win at home as good as Denver's defense has played. I think after last week, I think the Chargers offense will look to kind of rebound. None other better than to do it against a divisional opponent at home. So I got 12 points, and I'm putting it on the Chargers.
12 points on the Chargers, and really well talked about with that. Who is their main running back right now? Is it really Javonte Williams on Broncos?
Yeah.
Wow. I when you said Bo Nix is running, I was like, I really don't know who their other running backs are. So cool deal with that. Commish, what's your thought?
Their other running backs are your butt. Let's see. Oh, I didn't pull that up. I got 13 points on the Chargers.
13 points on the Chargers. Right. Icehouse.
I got 5 on Denver.
5
Artist
on Denver.
formerly known as the San Diego Superchargers.
Yes, that's true. Skinnnns.
Oh, this is tough. I'm going to put 5 on the Chargers. I really don't want to, as they do give up the 19th most rushing yards against per game, which is what the Broncos can, or what Bo Nix can do, but they also give up the 10th least passing yards per game. I think this defense playing at home, if you can really call it home for the Chargers, but I think this defense for the Chargers, I think they can keep it close. So I got 5 on the Chargers.
Yeah, 5 on the Chargers. I was going 10 on Denver. This game does have a lot of playoff implications. I think these two teams are going to show up and play. Although, based on what Groady said and based on the statistics, points allowed per game, this probably won't be a really high-scoring game, being that neither one of these two teams really has a large amount of points scored. But who knows? If they show up and play, that should be good. Plus, I like the Denver defense. I think they're slick. All right, Commish, you're here to talk about your Buffalo Bills, that was such a fun game to watch last week. The Buffalo Bills hosting the New England Patriots. What do you know about this game?
Two teams that could not be headed in different directions.
Yeah.
Hang on. You've got your 11-3 Buffalo Bills going up against the 3-11 New England Patriots, and this is a game I'm glad I get to talk about for one specific reason, is because regardless of the not the outcome, I guess pending a tie, but if it's a straight win or loss, they will have mirror records regardless of the outcome of this game, as they'll either be 4-11, 11-4, or 3-12 and 12-3. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Like that.
All signs point to Buffalo in this for obvious reason as to what Buffalo just did to Detroit, albeit Detroit's defense got further decimated with 3 more injuries on defense in that game.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got the second highest points per game average going up against the 31st points per game average, Buffalo and New England, respectively. Passing yards per game for New England, they're ranked 32nd, dead last. So not a lot coming out of good old Drake May there. This is 12 TDs to 9 interception ratio. In their last 4, Buffalo is 4-1. In their last 4, New England is 1-4. So again, mirror image of each other.
Mirror image going on.
I mean, I'll give them this. As far as time of possession goes, they are 6 seconds apart, with Buffalo, the slight edge, holding the ball for 29:53, while New England's got it 29:47. I don't know. With the way Josh Allen and that offense has been running, I just don't see them losing this game. And New England doesn't have the offense that Detroit does, or the gutsy play calling that Dan Campbell will throw at you. So I got no, I don't have 1 point on this game, do I? Yes, I do. This is my 1 point, the largest spread. I got 1 point on it, and I'm throwing it Buffalo's way.
1 point to Buffalo. That makes a lot of sense for that. And yes, you're absolutely right. That their offense looks amazing. Icehouse.
Yeah, 1 point on Buffalo. This
One.
game is
1 point on Buffalo. The game's really? Game's
Of all the games, this is the one you're excited about? A 2-touchdown favorite?
I am excited about it. I'll tell you why. I will tell you why.
This gets you going. You're like, oh man, I can't wait to see a blowout.
It absolutely does. Skinnnns.
This is a classic spot for me to put max points on the Patriots.
Oh yeah, Buffalo's 6-0 at home, so it is a home game. I'm
just gonna put 2 on them.
Yeah, put 2 on Buffalo, or 2 on the Patriots.
And I switched my Denver pick.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, the horses let me down last week, so I'm gonna bet the horse this week.
You bet the horse this week. Okay, opposite day. I will be going Buffalo. I will be going 5 points on Buffalo. Weather calls for snowfall on the day. And boy, is Buffalo fun to watch in the snow. That's the only reason I got excited about this game, because it's a snow game and it's in Buffalo, which is just like, if there's a snow game going on and the fans are having all the stuff snowing down on top of them, it's like, yes, I love that when they pan away and they just show the fans just throwing snow all over the place. So I've got 5 on Let's Go Buffalo. Groady, you there? You might not be there. We'll have to come back maybe to Groady to see.
Yes, I'm here. Hold on. Sorry.
There he is. Oh.
Wait, Buffalo?
Yeah, with the Buffalo New England game, we've got a 1, and a 5 on Buffalo, and a 2 on the Patriots.
Oh man, I got 1 on Buffalo. Traditionally, with a game like this, normally in the past I probably would have like max points, but just with the way things go sometimes in the NFL, I'll go with 1 point on Buffalo.
Yep. No, that makes sense. Yeah. All right, Icehouse. You were all right. So I've been trying to do emojis of games, and I have been. All I've really found for the Indians or for the Chiefs is a feather, which is I don't know what else to really put. But then I tried to find something for the Texans, and I legitimately did not see a Texas flag in the emoji thing, and so I put an oil drum in there as a callback to Houston's original team for that, because I didn't know what else to put.
Houston
host-
Texans were not originally the Oilers, the Tennessee
I know.
Titans.
Yes, the Titans were there, but at the same time, I tried to put anything that I was like, what emoji would you use for the Texans?
I don't know, a cowboy hat?
Yeah, it's like
That's the
cowboy hats.
Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, but their logo is the star.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
so
we use
synonymous
flag
with
for
that
the Cowboys.
star.
Use
Oh,
a,
well,
a Texan for the Texans.
I
Texan
suppose
would have a would have a hat. Like, why not?
I thought about that, but then I thought, man, maybe not all Texans wear hats, but a lot of Texans do wear hats. So, you have but Icehouse is going to talk about the Houston Texans going to KC. What do you know about this game, Icehouse?
Well, I don't know if Mahomes is playing or not, so
Oh,
without that, there ain't much to say.
oh,
The Chiefs don't need to win the game, so it's not like they're gonna, And this is, like I said, this is their second of 3 games in like what was it, 10 days or 11 days or some shit.
11.
Yeah, so it's like they're probably maybe just kind of, if things get out of hand, they might just take a back seat on this one and say, you know what, we're just gonna rest our guys and rest Mahomes for sure. So look, probably Carson Wentz gets the start.
Okay, not a
I'm gonna take Houston for 10 points.
Houston for 10 points for Icehouse. So I see player's note listed with ankle sprain. Depth chart list does not list him officially as a questionable, as a Q. So it's kind of hopeful. Do you think he'll play?
Probably not. I don't see why they'd risk it.
All right. All right. So 10 points Houston for Icehouse. Skinnnns.
Yeah, DK has the line sitting at 3 right now. So it's moving in the other direction. Like he won't play. Give it a couple more days, and that could push out even further. So, but I still think that defense is good enough to keep it close. So I'm gonna put 9 on the Chiefs.
The line opened at -4 for the Chiefs previous week. So assuming he was playing, then it was -4 Chiefs. So with the way the line is right now, I'm gonna go no, he's not. So that's why I went with the Texans.
I think that's a definite wise choice with that one. So you have 9 on the Chiefs, is that right, Skinnnns?
Yep.
This is tough. I think I got to go Houston. I'm going to go Houston, and I am not confident I mean, Carson Wentz is a good quarterback, but I think Houston.
Actually, I'm picking the Chiefs. Never mind. I forgot this. I have to go with the system, and the system says the Chiefs would have to win.
Oh, you're going to go with the system, so you're switching 10 to the Chiefs?
Yeah, 10 to the Chiefs.
Okay, gotcha. 10 to the Chiefs. I'm going to go 6 on the Texans. Goes back up to Groady. Groady?
Yeah, I mean, there was he had a press conference today that he's going to do whatever he can do to play. But, I mean, honestly, if you're the Chiefs, what's the point? If you rest him now, it's better than just an extra week for the playoffs. You could literally sit him the last 3 games and lose all 3, and you're still probably potentially going to even, still get the number 1 seed probably. So I think they should just be smart, rest him, and then that way he's ready to go for the playoffs. I think with Houston, they have the division locked up too. So I mean, not that there's nothing to play for, but if at least if they're starting guys out there, I got more faith in them. I got 13 points in Houston. But I think the other reason why Patrick Mahomes is trying to push himself to play too is I didn't know this, and I know there's a lot of people who don't know this. There's only 2 quarterbacks in NFL history that during the regular season have ever won 15 games.
Are they these 2? Like, is it Stroud?
No.
No?
No. There are 2 people. One of them you guys should get easy. Come on.
Is it
Tom
Caleb?
Brady.
Tom Brady went 16-0. But do you know who the other one is?
Ben
Hold on.
Roethlisberger.
It's got to be that. Is it when the Dolphins did it?
The Dolphins
Okay.
they only had 13 games in that season.
Oh, no, who?
I'll give you a hint. He used to play with Christian McCaffrey.
Cam Newton.
Not
Cam
Jimmy
Newton.
G. Oh, Cam Newton?
No, They went
Wow.
15-1 in the Panthers, and they got trounced by the Broncos in the Super Bowl. The Panthers and Tom Brady are the only two quarterbacks in NFL history to win 15 games in a regular season. So that's
Wow.
one of the reasons why I think Mahomes wants to push himself to continue to play, because if he does, he'll be the first one to win, or the third one to win 15 games.
All right. All right. So
If he
there's
does play, I will switch to Kansas City.
that's fair. No, that's fair. So yeah, right now there's a 6-13 on Houston, a 9 and a 10 on KC. Pivotal moment for the commish. Well, how do you break the tie?
Let's see. I have 14 points on Kansas City.
14 points on KC. It's likely going to fall on the KC side of the fence with that if Patrick Mahomes plays. Exciting. That is actually very exciting. Next we go down to Skinnnns, who's got the closest two teams that are within the same division to each other. Philadelphia going to his Washington Commanders to play. What do you know about this game, Skinnnns?
I got some good stats for you.
Ooh.
The Eagles are outscoring during their 10-game win streak. They're outscoring their opponents by an average of 13 points per game. And they also allow the fewest points per game on defense, and yards per game, for that matter. When these two teams met earlier in Week 11, they held Jaden Daniels to just 191 passing yards and 18 rushing yards. Both of each were his second fewest in a game this season. The passing yards being Week 1. But a little bit going on in Commanders' favor is their offense is top 5 in the NFL in total yards, turnovers, first downs, rushing yards, rushing TDs, rushing yards per attempt, and percentage of drives that end in a score. And McLaurin is his 11 TDs this season are second in the NFL to Jamar Chase.
Oh, wow.
But the Eagles' magic number is 1. If they win, they just need a win over the next 3 weeks, and they secure the division. Meanwhile, the Commanders are 0-4 against teams that are currently in the playoff field. They barely survived against the Saints this week, and here they are now going up against one of the hottest teams in the NFL. Washington try to hold on to that 7th playoff spot.
Yeah.
And I imagine that they will, because they're going to straight up beat the Eagles. Give me 16.
Oh, 16.
Who saw that come?
Russian
The
judges.
stats always go against it, though.
Yeah. Those are actually really good, though. Yeah, it is. The Commanders have been exciting, but so have the Eagles. And I think I was in a bar last time I watched these two teams play on like Monday, I think is when it was. And the Commanders could not stop Barkley. Like, it was just like he's getting first downs every carry, and it's like holy cripes. I hope the Commanders have learned maybe a little bit of something, because I think they do look like a good team. But I'm gonna go Eagles. I think they look like a better team right now, and I'm gonna put 12 points on the Eagles. Groady.
Yeah, it may not be max points, but it's pretty close. I got 14 points on Washington. I think they know what they. I think they understand what's on the line for them when it comes to the playoff, and I think they got a chance to surprise the Eagles. So.
Gotcha. So 14 points on the Commanders for that. Commish.
I have, where are we at? I got 12 points on Philadelphia.
12 points on Philadelphia, and it comes to Icehouse. So 2 12s on Philadelphia, 12 and a 12. Washington's got a 16 and a 14. Pivotal tiebreaker. How do you break it?
9 on Philly for me.
9 on the Eagles. Break goes to the Eagles. Interesting. I won't take too long here, as none of my discussion has really mattered for my points that I've picked anyway. So if anything, if you play opposite day with me, you're probably doing pretty good. I'm here to talk about the battle for Ohio, also known as battle for that one state in the Midwest that you could point to the Midwest, and most people would think, yeah, he's probably pointing to Ohio's somewhere in there somewhere. They are going to Cincinnati to play. The Browns are going to get hosted in Cincinnati. Uh, the Browns are effectively eliminated from any playoffs. They are not in the greatest spot. Njoku is injured with their main tight end. Nick Chubb is injured with a broken foot. Their Jameis Winston throws 14 interceptions per game, and but is an he's such a fun quarterback on the press conferences. Like I legit enjoy watching him. Meanwhile, Joe Burrow is coming off of a victory, but with a lot of embarrassment. You have please, NFL players. I'm sorry. This is basic things. Why are we having so many problems of NFL players trying to walk the ball or run the ball into the touchdown zone and dropping it at the 1-yard line? Why? This should be very fundamental. Why do you have to cut it that close? Joe Burrow was caught on camera, and John Boy did a replay of this, saying that like he was effing embarrassed, is what it was. Like there's just a series of penalties that are occurring in bad ways, and just like he was unhappy with the way that a run had or a drive had particularly ended, even though they scored a touchdown, and it's understandably so. The Bengals have had a very hard season. They remind me of the Lions, I think, from last year, maybe the year prior, where they're just scoring tons of points, but they're getting tons of points scored against them. I thought before starting this game that the Bengals were eliminated from the playoffs, and they are not. Here is the circumstance that has to happen. Number one, they have to win out their season. Number two, the Colts have to lose at least one game. Number three, the Dolphins have to win or lose at least one game. And then either the Broncos or the Chargers have to be eliminated from the playoffs somehow with multiple losses. So that's how the Bengals get in. It's not an easy road, but at the same time, it is a road. So there is hopes yet for Bengals fans to see your stripes in the playoffs once again, which that would be I would be interested to see. I don't think this is the game that got bumped. I think there was another game that got bumped next week. So this game is just on Sunday at for us Eastern folks at 1:00 Central Time, noon.
No, this game might have been the original Thursday night game that I think they bumped for Chargers Broncos.
Was it? Okay, that's okay. I thought the Browns either got bumped this week or next week. They have a game against the Dolphins that I think got bumped off of like a Monday night game or something like that. It's
Next Sunday, week 17. The Dolphins and Browns got bumped, and the Falcons and Commanders got put in.
okay, good, which is a better thing. The NFL, this is TV people. This is what you get for putting the Browns in prime time. 83% of folks are going for Cincinnati. I will be joining those 83% with a 7-point spread. I will be putting $1 on the Bengals. Groady.
4 points. Cincinnati's defense is abysmal. So I think they could win the game, but I think it'll be closer than 7 points. So I got 4 on Cleveland.
4 on Cleveland. Commish.
I got 4 on Cincinnati.
4 on Cincy. Icehouse.
15 on Cincy.
15 on Cincy. All right, Skinnnns.
I got 8 on Cincy. I don't. DTR he's not gonna be able to move the ball even against the Cincy D.
No.
Jameis isn't playing?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's benched. DTR starting.
Okay, so they're starting DTR. That might does that sway your pick, Groady?
Yeah, I'm picking Cincy.
Yeah, that's DTR is. I mean, you know what? He's trying. He reminds me of Trevor Siemian, which not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. But you know what is a good thing is let's raise our glasses again to this week's winner, Groady Gloater. Well done, Mr. Groady. You are going to end the week talking. Oh God, I hope you have some nice things to say. This is the Detroit Lions going to Chicago to play the Bears. Our Bears. What do you know about this game?
I know that very similar to last week. It was a 7-point spread for Minnesota, 7-point spread for the Detroit Lions. I had faith in the Bears against Minnesota. Even with their banged up defense, I don't have faith in the Bears against Detroit, despite the fact that after last week's game with Buffalo Bills, there's only 2 quarterbacks that have thrown multiple touchdowns against the Lions. One of them now being Josh Allen, and the other one being Caleb Williams. I just, I mean, not to say that at this point it's like I'll just lose out and get a good pick. I just don't think there's enough that they can do because you had last minute on Sunday your left tackle concussion protocol. So now you have to put a rookie left tackle in there to help your rookie quarterback.
Oh gosh.
You have 3 tight ends on the roster. Mercedes Lewis is 41 years old, going to the Hall of Fame at some point. Why wouldn't you have just looked at him and go, guess what? You're going to be our 6th lineman. You're going to be glued to the rookie left tackle. You're going to help protect Caleb on the blind side. They did none of that. They did nothing. Like, really? You can't help the rookie out, help the rookie?
Yeah.
And then at some points in that game, it definitely looked like Caleb was defeated because there was even a couple of plays that they showed where he had guys wide open and he was still holding onto the ball. For what reason, I don't know. One of the big ones that's been going around on Twitter is literally, I think it was a 3rd down play, I think like 3rd and 4, and Roma Dunze is like right in front of him with the nearest guy being 5 yards away, and he's got the 1st down, and Caleb, I believe, ended up getting sacked on that play. So, I don't know. I can't, for the rest of the year, I can't in good faith pick the Bears anymore. I just think at this point, maybe, they might cover a spread here and there, and if I lose out on the points, so be it. But I think at this point, it's probably a safer bet to pick against them just because, I don't know, they don't seem right. For a team that you wanted to fire your head coach, you did that, and now these last 2 games, I think in the last 3 games, they've put up a total of 150 yards in the first half. Like, that's terrible.
Yeah,
3
that's
games,
awful.
and you're averaging essentially 50 yards in the first half. So, I got no faith. I love my team, but yeah, no faith in them, and it's fine. It is what it is. Now we just got to hope to keep Caleb alive for the rest of the year and figure out who we're going to have next year as a head coach.
Yeah.
I got 5 points. I'm putting it on Detroit. I think they're definitely going to look to bounce back after a tough loss. Jared Goff, another quarterback in the same year, won a game by throwing 5 picks and then lost the game while he threw 5 touchdowns and no interceptions.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I got 5 points on Detroit.
5 points on Detroit. And really good. Yeah, I'm with you. It's hard. It is hard to watch. It's been really hard to watch the Bears with some level of confidence. Like, we play this side game where it's called Honeypot, where you try to guess the scores, and legitimately some of the ranges in which the Bears are scoring points are. Some of us are hoping for 21 points, 17 points, something like that. And it's like, God, we're lucky to get over 10 in some cases with this. It's just, Commish, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I was happy because 13 was right until there's 12 men on the goddamn field.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
And then they pointlessly went for 2 points. Had you gone and just got your damn, extra point, you're down by 14. You didn't need 2. If you were going for 2 for the win, save it for the last touchdown, you jackasses. Get me my goddamn $20. I got 5 on Detroit.
5 on Detroit. God, yeah. I didn't even think about that at that time. Yeah, God, that sucks. That
Oh,
sucks.
Boss and I were watching, and I was like, well, JV's about to get $20 for his 6-over loss. And then they scored, and I'm like, well, I might be getting my 20. And then they go for 2, and I'm like, you sons of bitches. If they at least had gotten the 2-point conversion and I got at least $10, I'd have been happy because I'd have been the only one, but no.
Yeah. Just by that one. It's frustrating. That's the kind of year it's been for us Bears fans here. Icehouse, what do you think?
6 on the Bears.
6 on the Bears. Really?
Well, I mean, if I went by the system, I'd be doing 12, but I just, there's really, no chance that the Bears. I mean, it's like, no, I just can't. So I'm just gonna put
Thing
6
is,
and whatever.
System 2.4 is being worked a little bit here. All right here. Skinns.
Yeah, I got 10 on Detroit. I had less faith, or I had little faith with Eberflus at the helm, and then these last 2 games without him, I have even less faith that the Bears can get anything moving.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put. I don't like the even 7, so hopefully it moves a little bit. I won't go to 6.5 though, but either way, I'm gonna put 12 on Detroit.
12 on Detroit, or 12 on Detroit, or 10?
12.
12 on Detroit. Weather for the game calls for 28 degrees with a slight wind out of the southeast, which means a little bit of swirling going on. Yeah, gosh. I would love to put 1 point on the Bears. I love putting a point on the Bears, but it's the Lions. They're monsters. And by like monsters, I mean like good monsters. Like they're having so much fun. I am enjoying both on the Vikings and on the Lions all of the end zone dances that they are all doing at the end. Like some of them are copying off of like certain movies, certain not girly movies, but like movies that have girls dancing and particular themes with it. So I like that. I think that's good. Yeah, sorry Bears. I 4 points on Detroit. Just oh my God. All right. All right, it's time for quick picks. Going back up for quick picks. Quick picks. Groady got Baltimore getting or hosting Pittsburgh.
I got 6 on Pittsburgh.
6 on Pittsburgh. Commish?
6 on Pittsburgh.
6 on Pittsburgh. Icehouse.
Max points in Baltimore.
Holy cow! There's this right. Thank you, sound man. Let's appreciate that. 16 points. Wow. Oh, that's exciting. Skinns.
I'm gonna do the opposite of Chris and take Pittsburgh for 1.
Wow.
Oh boy. Who's everyone going with here? Baltimore? Yeah, I kind of want Pittsburgh to win. Oh, and so I like Baltimore. Both these two teams are good. I'm a 1 on Pittsburgh. Why not? I don't know what's happening there. Commish, you have Atlanta hosting the G-Men.
I got 3 points on the New York Football Giants because Kirk Cousins is actual garbage, not a king.
Well, they're actually starting Michael Penix this week.
Hey,
Oh, are they?
Yeah, Cousins got benched. I saw it a little bit ago.
Oh, so that's still 3 points on the G-Men then.
3 points on the G-Men. Icehouse.
I got 14 on Michael Penix.
14 on Penn. He's starting for the Falcons?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Skinns.
Yeah, that's the tricky part. 9.5 points on a rookie. In any NFL game is for the
But he's like 40 years old.
Debut start.
Is he really?
Yeah. He's Kirk Cousins' brother.
Well, I mean, who's even starting for the Giants at this point anymore?
Did they switch? I think they switched DeVito with Locke halfway through.
They keep throwing in the next biggest loser. It's like,
it is Boyle.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
Oh wow, it gets even worse.
Locke and DeVito are both Locke and DeVito are both not practicing at the moment.
I mean, would it matter?
I guess. Yeah, they haven't been the worst. I mean, for a 9-point spread against the Falcons, I wouldn't. I mean, all you got to do is hold the Falcons to 16 points, and if you get a touchdown, you're right there. But like that. With that said, I don't know. Bijan Robinson could also just have 200 all-purpose yards, and they could just trounce the Giants too. So I guess I'll buy into this big fat spread, but I'm not confident. So give me a 6 on these Falcons.
6 on Atlanta. I think the Giants' defense is stingy against and rookies. You might do something here. 3 points on the Giants. Tiebreaker goes to Groady.
Well, I was originally going to pick the Giants, but now that Penix is starting, I'm going to put 3 points on Atlanta.
3 points on
You have a
Atlanta.
You have a quarterback that can move and actually probably maybe complete a pass.
Yeah.
How dare you? Kirk Cousins knows how to complete a pass, just not in the end zone.
Not in any other quarter but the fourth.
He got one this past Monday. He got one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got one in his last 5 games.
Yeah, it's like with that 4 or 5 games.
Great. Penix is going to get 5 in this one game.
Yeah. All right. Icehouse, you have the battle of whatever is happening in the AFC South. Indy hosting the Will Levis Experience.
I have 12 points on Indy.
12 points on Indy. All right. Skinns.
I have 10 points against the Mason Rudolph Experience.
Oh, the Rudolph Experience. Sorry. I keep forgetting that Levis is out. All right, so 10 points there. I'm gonna pick. There's no reason to ever pick Tennessee right now. 7 points on Indy. Groady.
I got 7 points on Tennessee.
7 points Tennessee. Oh, look at Jerry there. I like it. Commish.
I've got 7 on Indianapolis.
7 on Indy. She stands alone. Skinns, you've got the Rams going to New Jersey to play Rodgers and the Jets.
What do I have that's a small number? Give me 3
3.
on the Jets.
3 on the Jets. I think 3 is too much. I'm gonna put now the Rams show they have potential. I have not picking. I need underdogs to drop a deuce on the Jets. Groady.
I got 11 points on the Rams.
11 points on the Rams. Commish.
11 points on the Rams.
11 points on the Rams. Icehouse.
I got 3 on the Jets.
3 on the Jets. We all have very low confidence in a poopy team, whereas the Rams have some semblance. I think this is a possible winnable game. Oh gosh, with Arizona and their aging offensive line or defensive line rather against Carolina. Who's everybody picking here? Arizona? Everyone's picking. I don't have any more small numbers. 8 points on. Wow. Groady.
I got 9 points on Carolina.
9 points on Carolina. Commish.
I got 9 points on Wow.
9 points on Wow. All right. Icehouse.
I got 11 on Carolina.
11 on Carolina. Oh, Skinns. Tiebreaker. Like actual pretty close to tiebreaker moment here.
7 on the home team.
7 on Carolina homies. That makes sense. Back up to our champ Groady. Minnesota is going to Seattle.
I got 10 points on Minnesota.
10 points on.
No pizza. There's no pizza in Seattle, I think.
Wait, what? Geno Z's is not there? What?
I think he got hurt.
No.
He might play.
Oh, he might play?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to watch that.
Checking. Oh, I got to check that. Not the pizza. No, he is still listed as a Q. It's who's Sam Howell? Oh, boy.
Starter for the Washington last year.
Where were you last year?
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember who he was. Oh, boy. All right. So,
Not worth remembering.
Yes. So there's 10 points on Minnesota. Sorry, my memory is terrible. Commish.
I hate to say it, but it's not exactly like he lit up the offense for Washington.
No,
For a while, he was leading the league in yards.
Yeah, he would hold on to it, and we either had He had lots of passing yards. He was a good GTK. Lots of sacks and lots of yards.
I got 10 points on Minnesota, especially if Geno's East is not playing.
10 points. So 2 10s on Minnesota. Icehouse.
13 on Minnesota.
15 on Minnesota. Skinnnns.
13. 1,
Oh,
1
13.
3.
Excuse me. Sorry. 13 on Minnesota. Sorry.
You're
Skinnnns.
excused.
13 on Minnesota.
You're doing.
Where'd my
That was a
picks
question.
go? Yeah. No.
That is the
I have
answer. 13 on Minnesota.
I have 13 on Minnesota as well.
13 on Minnesota. Ooh,
I couldn't find my picks.
chance to be a contrarian for me. No way. Not without the pizza. We need the pizza. 9 on Minnesota. We're all Minnesota. Hooray, Vikings. Commish, you have. Oh, God. This is a game. Vegas hosting Jacksonville.
Well, John, I'm going to beat you to it because I got max points on Jacksonville.
Max points on
Wow.
Miles Jack. Holy cow. Holy cow. Icehouse?
Yeah, 8 points on Jacksonville. Sounds pretty good, actually.
8 points.
Desmond Ritter is useless.
Yeah, that's yes. Yes. Skinnnns.
I have my default max points on Jacksonville.
Default max points on
That's one.
Jacksonville. I'm going max points on Miles Jack, which has paid off. It's a decent number of times than normal this year. So I have max points Miles Jack. Groady, a chance to be contrarian.
I got 15 points on Mac Jones, Jacksonville.
Mac Jones, Jacksonville, not Miles Jack. Jacksonville proper. So we are. That's gonna be a freaking game, right? To at least where the point wise with it there. Cool. Icehouse, you have Miami hosting San Fran.
I don't think I have anything. Let's see.
You abstain. Oh, look at the Cubs
Yeah,
garbage
Miami.
can there. Look at that.
No, 7 points on Miami.
7 points on Miami. All right, Skinnnns.
Ooh, I got an 11 and a 14 left. I think we're going 11. Let me check that weather real quick. 73 degrees, 10-mile-an-hour breeze to the northeast. Oh, it looks like that 11 will go on Miami,
11.
who looked atrocious last week.
Thank God. Yeah, they did. It was bad. Like just.
Yep.
Bleh. And San Fran. Is San Fran out of the playoffs at this point?
I think they're kind of like where the Bengals are at.
Oh, is it? They need
They
a circumstance.
they could potentially win their division. I think is their only realistic way in.
Okay. All right. Well, that's something that they're fighting for. I'll go opposites of this. I don't have a lot of confidence in I don't have a lot of confidence in like both these two teams are so injured. And all I have is big numbers left. Why do I always do this? All right, 13 points on San Fran. Oh boy. Groady.
Got max points on the Dolphins.
Oh, max points on the Dolphins. Mish.
I got 15 points on Miami.
15 points on Miami. Oh, I am a cheese. All right. We go to Skinnnns. You have Baker Mayfield going to Dallas to play.
Oh, I surprisingly am going to pick Dallas for 4 points.
4 points. Gosh, you sounds the same amount of enthusiasm as anyone receiving a tetanus shot. I'm gonna go 14 points on Tampa Bay and Baker Mayfield to sell some insurance. Groady.
I got 8 points on at Dallas with Baker.
Ooh, Dallas with Baker. Commish.
I have 8 points on Tampa Bay.
8 points on Tampa Bay. And Icehouse.
I got 4 points on Tampa Bay.
Points. You went contrarian at the beginning of the pick, Skinns.
Really?
Yes. That's, you didn't wait to the end. You just started at the beginning. That's some foresight right there. Holy cow. I have the last games. Oh boy. Green Bay hosting. This is our Monday night game. Oh, okay. They're 13.5 points. Good Lord. What's the weather? Hang on. I want to see this here. I have the weather map up.
28.
28.
6 miles an hour.
Okay. So standard Green Bay weather.
And
Oh,
the
God, I can't believe I'm doing this. Ugh.
If you
15
can find
points.
an accurate weather forecast 6 days in advance, let me know.
Hey, let me tell you, man, it's Back to the Future 2 over here. 15 points
What the
on
fuck?
the cheese. Groady.
I'm glad that they have the second highest spread because it means they get to say, I'm dropping a deuce on the Packers.
Wow.
That's epic. Commish.
I'm also deuce dropping on the Packers.
So 2 deuces dropped on the Packers.
Is that a deuce?
That's awesome. Icehouse, you want to drop a poop?
I got a deuce on New Orleans.
Oh, no, his
Ooh.
poop is going the wrong way. Must be in Australia. Skinns.
I'm dropping 7 deuces on the Packers.
7 deuces on the Packers.
Wow.
14.
Yep.
Wow.
A lot of deuce dropping
You
right there.
me high points.
Yeah.
I will say on the season so far, Monday night favorites are 14-5 against the spread.
Ooh, my.
Wow.
Does that sway your decision, Icehouse? You are contrarian right now.
Eh,
No, he's hoping for a backdoor
no, I mean,
cover,
it's
and that way
2
you guys
points. Who
lose the big
cares?
points and he gets 2.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
2 points, I'm not gonna be worried about it. I don't care what happens.
all right. The poop is going to New Orleans in Icehouse's system. Poor New Orleans. Round the horn scores. We've got Skinns and Icehouse at a tie at 20. Commish 36. Groady, the lead at 46 points. What a guy. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I got to buy our last subscriber a hat at some point. I keep forgetting to do that. I think that was back in
Well, the good news, it's the same one from a month ago. So we haven't gained any new subscribers.
Hey,
You're
so
lucky
hey,
they didn't unsubscribe because you haven't sent them that hat.
no, I haven't, and he lives 4 houses down from me. So I really should probably get it for him at some point here. All right, we'll make sure that happens somewhere the next thing here. So like, comment, and subscribe if you like what we're doing, and folks, we will see you around on the next one. See you later. Bye bye.